Hello and welcome to the FastReport Academy. In this video, I will give you a demonstration of how you can create detalization in your reports. Firstly, let's take a look at the simplest kind of report type you can create. A simple list. A report of this type from our demo application looks like this. We have a title, a header and a footer. These elements, of course, are not as important to the report building process, but let's not forget about them. So the most important thing here is the data band. You can see on the right that there's a dataset chosen in the report data called customers. That dataset is connected to the data band, and there's only a single one of each. So the data band will be displayed once for each entry in the dataset. And for each entry, the text displayed memos will pick the data column that's specified in them, as you can clearly see here. But in other reports, the setup could be somewhat more complicated. In this template, you can see a different picture. This is more of a demonstration of the concept, with no real data connected to data bands, and it's made by repeating bands. I will show you an example with real datasets after examining this template. So, what is this template trying to demonstrate? Well, there are 3 bands here: master data, the main data band, and 2 detail data bands. We will refer to them as detail 1 and detail 2. Master data is repeated 5 times, detail 1 6 times, and detail 2 4 times. Because detail data bands are located under a master data band, they will be displayed in a certain pattern. Here you can see how this report looks. So, FastReport VCL supports up to 6 levels of, so to say, data connection, data levels. And here you can see 2 of them. Master data is used to display the top level data, and detail data and the rest are further in the hierarchy. So, if we have 2 second level bands next to each other, they will be displayed beside each other. Exactly how this report shows. So, there's the master data, then every detail 1 band, and then every detail 2 band. Let's see how this will look when we have one more level of data connectedness in our theoretical data source. For this, we will need to add a band called sub-detail data. And again, as you can see from the selection, there are also bands called data 4th level, 5th level, and 6th level. That's the maximum supported depth. So let's repeat this band 3 times and copy the text object that's used in one of the detail bands. By the way, the incrementing number is made by using the line variable, which provides the line's index. So here you can see how the report looks like now. Our sub-detail data band is situated under the second detail band, which is why it's repeated those 3 times per set, after each time the detail 2 band is printed. If we place it under the detail 1 band, it will be printed thrice for each of the detail 1 repeats. And notice that if we move it even higher, the report engine will tell you that you've placed the band in an incorrect position. Be sure to place your bands in the intended order. So, this is how the system works. And now, we can examine a report with detalization that's much more similar to a real-life report. Here's how its template looks. There are 3 data bands: master data, detail data, and sub-detail data. So right out of the gate, the band order is as it should be. Each of them is connected to a dataset, which have predetermined data connections between themselves. Every order entry has a customer number field, and every item has a field that contains its order number. In this case, the connections are already done outside of the designer. But if you're constructing an SQL query in the designer, you can specify the matching fields for data connection. So, before we look at the report, notice that the master band has a red background, detail has a gray one, and the sub-detail's background is white. And let's also get rid of all the headers and footers. This will help us examine how the data bands are printed. So here is the report. You can see that this is very similar to the example we've examined earlier. There's a top level band, a list of second level bands displayed under it, and also the second level bands have third level bands displayed under them. That's the sub-detail bands we have got set up. If we go backwards, items are grouped by the order number, then these orders are grouped by the current customer, that's in the master data right now, and we have got a number of master data bands displayed as well. So this way we've got a list. and that's how everything functions. Let's also add the footers and headers back and take a final look at the report. This was today's video about FastReport VCL. If you have questions or suggestions, leave them in the comments. And be sure to check out other videos on the channel, in which we demonstrate FastReport VCL and our other products in detail. You can find all the playlists in the description.